Ebushanya no ase yemfa today's agenda nto aso 107.1 net 2 TV or Man FM HFM midi edia amufa boachi Deputy Director of Protocol kwabra from kwabra kwaba
ejo ofa
boko de lawyer crazy lawyer young lawyer
honestly no name first time
first time
but komo e di no offset no so e deep
pa say law no dey ultimi etwam exams how be tro e for makola omo dey exams no say you say take on the tata na di ya o me kra we be
you ofa mo ya ma mo dey exam hu na ya ma e party e be
say law no what dey no o jealous on person dey bibia be fra so I just obey no say bibi foforo na lawyer me boa wa so be 24/7 no ti ho sa I stories I say part of you.
Okay.
So what as yes sir. Esa on na to na asem kire na anasem na say be na lawyer boa say part of you. Nti anasem na say part of you sir. And say so you bibiri. You probably to say kwa me for. Cancer, the initial comment there shall say.
Oh, comments no dey say here can here can no say opese unsua law and now say ye law yes the nya ade bi efa ni see spirit say determinations ade no obeye na law don so a jealous cause say dey kai no person ye law ni o Ghana if I want to cry you wu kura ntimi nko
yeah asembo
yiri kura wu ntimi nko yi o hwa wo busu afọ beka beka say o yiri pa boni ni because ayi ni okay ni ade Friday Saturdays money ade enya time obey so we reading not less than about 5,000 cases
yeah enough of that. Enough of that. Suppose you have some zeal. So,
in your friend, you assembly based seat. Is a chief justice?
Sure.
Your friend, I can
it should be in you.
It's law, they are part of the system. The baby who do an we are not saying we say it. You see.
Sure.
Book one son or can sana law na te. He say lawyer there say we should
sure.
Determination strong one.
Sure.
You put quite Maxwell saying law ni director of legal education. Justice Agyapong. Very senior guys are being with the but someone's idea no saying that it should be part of you.
Council me that young queen. You for CJ some no and shall see and with passion as CJ the Kasai telling the whole country and the whole world. Yeah, air course no or was it emotions and I say really na say my whole potting or can was it.
Yeah, Chief Justice and some in fact some are very passionate about it. Near a 2-year mameno are the head of the judiciary I'm saying yama politics now no more. I did be any politics, but I said who detach from the political space now shot illegally. Yeah, mamma ed yedim amini fablo idea enemy but now processes it's replete with a lot of legal errors, a lot of issues of conflict of interest. Article 19 to Constitution afford accused either before a disciplinary committee and a commission, and I say a court of law so the opportunity first to serve him with the charges. So I say the petitions. His Excellency the President said, "Me Gertrude, I ABC. Why you number be? So he said, to judiciary no as." And I the petition. Petition. I'm not about wanting to be Kasai be sui be Kayan sana petition. Command copy, which is a basic legal requirement under the Constitution. Article 19. So, the Panwa. Tina, police ni ebase obechiwa. Under the Criminal Procedure Act 1960, no. a police officer is required to inform you of your charges. To police neighbors,
language
out here. I won't take police nobody, sign a chick of your teacher. Yeah, if I fed me up, no, it was sign a chick of your and son and he panel. Let me have no about I said no, I show. I said, the police didn't or the council say, when you have my son, I'm your owner. Say, I. So, Papa will have a better report to police station say, why ABC at Tiano, but enforceable number. What come on the corner? Why actually it is the legal prerequisite. In Latin, or say a sine qua non. Something that must be done before the arrest will take place. In the case of Asante versus Republic, in High Court, the car say, police need to be, and now we are accusing before any commission and committee. The arrest procedure is not complete.
Yes, sir. So, I catch your class. Will be as I said, sign your lawyer.
That's not cultural. Because if you are now with him, so remind us, say you have the right to your lawyer.
Okay.
So, and you know, we share the no ever to material. The the honorable chief.
Can't say I'm common, but mention can you microphone, my tutor, I mean, call deputy protocol if no one checking microphone, my message up. Young call legal issues. I did home command, but President Kufwakasa, Professor Michael Kuyakasa, Party 4 Casa, Honam Sam Comono, Woody and Abaka, Mammy Kran, San
Leo had their intimate country justice. Yeah,
okay.
And then Uncle Pandaroma, MPP, Elanche, the Patriotic Institute, a baby trini. Because a Nino, almost generations, nine abano. Most of us were not even privileged, even young penny for the Sakwasi Kramo and then penny for the history, no ideologies, new right more, my movie or principles, said the name. The Patriotic Institute, Abano, it has been established a bit training amount for the current generations.
No, but to me, party. Okay.
How the party, no, what the party has stood for.
Maybe that's say, my minister call you. I mean, was men cancer, you ever and we are and run off. Answer now, can police in your crab, she will be near my was on a pussy in a year. Near my Nipa Corners was way. Now they are linking up CG and some other possibility.
The arrest procedures are a pari material, and you can apply that mutatis mutandis to the application of such processes here. Because committee, no investigative processes, no committee a quasi judicial body, which means that they are acting more or less like a court. They must exercise their powers, in line with the principles of fair trial. And it's a police in the
fair trial, Article 19.
Article 19. Okay. Very explicitly provided. And to Obechu, I saw Candy YH. Mammy, yeah, but the charges, sir. Mammy, I see. Then you can grab on a charge. Petitions, somebody call a petition in your charge. Various allegations of perceived wrongdoings. And nobody call his excellency was a Nipana YC. Just a formal in the that I trust him. I did say in the charge, I did say, Black Commission, committee, and not be Yano. Yamana, we, Timmy complaining and Sana, a day man. A day man, and so, Penfonso, a buyer, ye bear assembly. I mean, or more a buyer, mobile, raising concerns in the ground. In law, sir. Will be accused you for doing a wrong thing. Now, more appear before the court. You are allowed to cross-examine your accuser.
Okay.
Mama get to raise side issue to say. Now you did me abaha. No more me buy a me who more. As so much now, maybe so much. I did say my maybe some questions. Me a year. Mommy, mama, means basic fundamental principle of law, which is being breached by the sir. Yes, our principle near friend of the rule of natural justice. It is described under the Latin phrase, the audio trampate. He must be held on his charges and he must be able to be given the opportunity to be able to question his accusers. Now, yes, the basic principle is known around the world. And then one say, Mammy, you don't know a first saquan. And it's not what say politically motivated. Apart from that, we are one of the petitioners are petitioning His Excellency the President, you know, Ubi Ade a friend Akobu. Sa petition ni mo no they call for President or more Justice Palmer said Justice Palmer be a witness or no the petition no our the abano. But Justice Palmer is one of the committee members. It's much of what you call in law conflict of interest. And then wako court. They said they wako court. Now you say nipa no do about court no. When you be a dance, you say nipa na be a dance, and then nipa na a judge. What I do I couldn't say.
Emre no say Justice Palmer
should have recused himself. I said recusing us from the proceedings.
Once I mentioned in
once you are a witness. You are not just the mentioned. And until you see one recusing one, because you cannot be a witness in the matter and also be a judge. It breaches the rules of natural justice. It breaches the rules of natural justice. And I was what do you know? So the acting Chief Justice on a preside over the proceedings.
Yes.
Acting Chief Justice or interest or position him and answer with interest.
Or interest because one are acting.
Because one are acting. Your palm will be we MD. And your palm on your deputy MD Abetan said on an MFHD. Any asset committee you ever say about who was somewhere and nam so my palm on deputy chairman on one bed position no and ever some chair committee now about who was him. And do sure or better about back. No about position I'm on what Fiana.
There be baby obey it.
The a basic rule.
Just nipa 1 out of 100.
It is not allowed in law. There are a replica of Supreme Court decisions. Court in these cases will lose those situations as conflict of interest. Omankasa Supreme Court no. Omankasa no munsema omaka several decisions of the Supreme Court. You cannot be part of that. So, and the end of mame. Or Tokunu Eka was I say, I quite modern namso no. I said, Ubi Timu na all kawa for Betty. Kawana is all of Hana, or yin a sample, or said Debbie, or waiting your bounty, or we are dear enough for her. When you about to work 2 Saturday,
if you
way,
I've been more pushes and con resigning.
Debbie,
I didn't hear.
It is against the law.
Okay.
She has no right on herself to decide to resign. That's the current position of the law. Say, Obi accused you so why Bonnie be na yes, you set up a committee and a commission, so you shouldn't same idea too. So you cannot resign. That's the law. Now, in any case, I will resign. Does that answer the questions raised in the petition?
It doesn't.
So I say, yes, what could we add here? Yes, why Bonnie ABC. We say, okay, I resign. Who resign now? Questions
in the way, I know I just to some power.
And yet, by interpretation, it's an admission of their wrongdoing, which must not be so. Omo call us or resign here, the other it is not here or there. It is not something that should be done because they answer the questions that have been raised by the petitioners. No. In the substantive case. And Enya obeyed me, I resign. And a law no crime does not allow her to do so. So what I say. And now maybe I have a cry or a deal when you know the danger it poses for our democracy.
I didn't hear.
Because I will say under the constitution there's the need to protect the judicial independence. It is protected under the law, under the constitution. But sadly way I said politically motivated, no? Because clearly, who's idea no as a ma meno bia on penasem bi ana bibi esi ye no say yenso ya ba ye ba chire onyansa e kobasa moa etitia the judicial independence no so because they say ma mi na ye de ye no and before so be na fie no mo so ya show mtum so okay say ma mi mo de ye because of say ye de never town ti mo person fa kwan bi as na mo pam no yenso ye ba yenso so ni pam de be ba so ma chief justice no yenso ye pe pam no na yenso ye de ni pa de e de aba ho. But who conclude any reason behind the grounds to be our purpose say or umbenya adiebi umbetimi ejina so normally apamuni panibiano umbefa so edia pamano. For example, one of the grounds for which one of the petitioners no raising petition against Yemame Arabano Tokuno and they said Maame no apamo lawyer be every Supreme Court. Now we any basic rudiments of our training as lawyers. A part of our training. We lawyer now call any court of law in Ghana. Now call misconduct. The judge has the power, the inherent jurisdiction, the authority under the law to drive you from the court.
Oh, until some see or Brana Gertrude and Anna or preside Anna or chair Anna Bisa.
Yes.
Okay.
And by virtue of
Nasa meaning and then one of the judges or appeals court to cry a jailing one did. He was a lawyer then.
Yes.
Judge in the catcher and said, "This is my court. You have to." The lawyers have to move in and then beg.
Yes. You, the lawyer, you are an officer of the court.
Yes.
So you owe it a duty to behave and to
challenge, heated argument. Oh, catch the judge and they said, "Oh, the the court doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the people of Ghana." And to look at emblem near in a bohono. I don't actually where and I was challenging
and yet necessarily about the challenge.
Yeah.
Every lawyer has a right.
When I mean, you see the word challenge.
Yes. But for the purpose of our listeners, every lawyer has a right to challenge any decision of the court.
Okay.
Either orally, by coming formally before the court to challenge the decision. Judge Maruli now appeal as our challenging decision. And challenging the decision of the court either by oral presentations and answer by going formally to challenge the decision and anything that is said by the judge, does not amount to any act of contempt before the court. And the issue. But only be that seeks to put the judge or the court into disrepute.
Okay.
Yeah, there be some who cannot behave in the way be person who court name and now book court name tier 2 or the more person tier so. You are acting in contempt of the court, and as you are acting in a manner that seeks to put the name and the image of the court into disrepute. And the judge has every right either to drive you out of the court or to cite you for contempt
and sentence you.
Yeah, no. After citing you for contempt, you must be held on the contempt charge. And then here comes to see alone. Anytime be about charge you for any offense, be and I say for having done something wrong, the person must be held. And then I'll trade Genesis. That principle we have established here.
Yeah.
Trade Genesis. Bible say Adam ni Eve could do it. Be an anya say Yamedi Shishato was any so woody. Yame could free so by Yamini all knowing. Is all knowing, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, Yami omniscient, omnipotent, and all of that. This is Yami Quatus or who said you about my day. Yami and free swab Mammed 4 months and 2 months at once. Oh, by and of fair, Beman or Adam. No, say Adam. Why? He must be given and afforded the opportunity to answer to the charges. Anything apart from that is a breach of what we call natural justice. The name natural justice arises from the biblical position, from the Bible. Say, Nyame nipa kwan se omeyi boni awaya no, Nyame charge nipa, ma nipa be yi ano ansa na wo twena so. Dem ma wo ye wa ye nti, efi na ko obebre, obesam fifire, obedo ansa na wadidi. Wo ba ye wa ye wo so nti efi na ko no, wo so be kwa awo no 9 months ansa na wa wo. Wo ye wa ye nti ene efi na ko wo do fu na be wia. Na wo te se kotre. And I say lizard. Oh na 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 so. Nyame punishment or the man after say we tie omo asemo or punish omo and the man wo and onante na fuso until your friend natural justice by nature nyame na this principle dey by until principle akwa dey ma mi fa so yi tie na fa ho dey so the principle of natural justice is being thrown to the dogs akwa dey ma me fa so na ya ho semo a etia all the good conscience and the principles of democracy and constitutionalism until enya dia ya say ye obi nkasa se bi kafra ma me no waye bibia ye ma no koso na se bi kafra onye adebone debi ne mom se opese otwena so a famra kwan so na fa kwan papa so eno an ye ka o ja se eno an ye ka but say e be ya de no krokro de John Dwumadie bi aya de no bukata bi for na
obey chief justice no o hwe no modern man to say
ne modern mo so enipa as a lawyer must study law na ma share your rules and regulations ni your principles e dey ma mi nya de bia nwanwa bro so se wa ye boni bi bi nsi da oye bibi enya ni ade a e se de tia ye laws ni ade yi nyina akwa na ye be bua se ye hwe na ye mpamo no
se si awo ka charges o mo de boni he ni gina won hye de hunu asem poten a e wo ho e de wa
charges a mo de boni nyina most of them ni nyina no is almost all of them kwa no e administrative.
Yes, what
is that what to kwan wankra wa pamolo ni bi free we ni ade say administratively obi kwa ya ade kwa na tia mra na ye we ya e kwa ya fa so punish na ye we ya
David
wo ha ebia ya fa MD wa ha ene ebia wo ya ade bi nke say wo ye ne benkum wo adwene kire say wo ye bi fam ma na beboa eno na e say punish wo
David
wo ye doctor wo kwan say operation wo ye ne style A wo san so wo kwan say wo ye ne style B and na wo no reason mu no judgment wo decide say wo be plan B obi fi say nka wo use plan B ni mu ma na nka ye more appropriate and I say punish wo
David
what kind of logic
you don't say cancel you am kwa ma yanko nkomo e wo ho no so ansa na ba the cancel aba be wi
the attend say party officially a launch the Ideological Institute na menim say omo put in measures be called the regions on baby online on baby maybe a retreat and it's money after training you given a certificate to show say indeed the ideology has the institute has what trained you now and so no it was an honor say inya former president Kofo to grace the occasion former speaker Michael Kwe benefo bebre ba program no and we share almost speech my Professor Michael Kwe speech or the mind no chirem from UGCC the first before First Republic am I about First Republic chirem ne what the party stood for, the things that the party had gone through time even 1992 when the party boycotted parliament na party ne subcommittees in charge of your sanitation, we health, we no more challenge no put the government on its toes. Anna or Chere who said, the Hackman, no say committee we so President Kofo say we were say oh say among who said no, the party has history and we shouldn't deviate from history, no, and what our forebearers, what our fathers stood for. Mampe Kofo sunya kwenya oba platform so no. Mekai say my Kukui the campaign is near Copper Blackberry. Okwa wakati amount no de waye. The opesa oye and the old Magana for simple. Hula balloons ni was the wire or party. Wire or party no. Yeah. The wire or party no. The one kasanswa personally why near my why. And these are things and they obey Magana for. Exactly. These are things that it resonates. Again in sono Oja say omampe Kofo sunya akwenya ono si chiemu emayete nsemase from the First Republic when Yakoto Aba Buzi anya akwenya ko represent ye tradition no na only the Northern People's Party no and he explained for people to understand say enye say be Buzi atowari Yakofa of Muvase Brabetra on the host to show no because he had become a force to reckon with on floor of also the People's Assembly. Yeah, that was the name. It wasn't any parliament. It wasn't a People's Assembly. He had become a force to reckon with. And Omukofa no be a leader. After coup, we won't be taking over. Almost call elections. Obabe a prime minister, which he even advised here. Mabunu na bana. Yes, you when imperial for any party reward Mabunu and then you say no catch from so no at age 30. Obaye a deputy Foreign Affairs Minister. Now, at times you need to also put yourself up there so that people will see what is in you. You have to be relevant. You have to let people see what is in you. Yeah. Because on that a church no MP in the area, ama obedu parliament buzi afa no because of say na be buzi anso ni bi wo hu wonimu. E chere niam bebre and he thinks then time enormity of problems or more inherited you know as a government which they were solving no when we say see na supreme SMC one for no baba ye ku o mutu o maban guye and or explaining ya ma yetiase say even in 79 and none of money boy at history, no, but Mumbai for can a confirming a bit also such a you're thinking, say, in 79, Adia, a ma MPP Luzu was not say, Ebia, like a tradition, PF Lucian was not say, Ebia PF in an ember home because of self-interest. Self-interest. Was it self-interest that the division, because so we interest no superseded the collective interest of a group. Who feel say me kwa no kwa ebe me kwa no kwa Ghana fo be hwe me nyansa minimum to aba man. But politics is not like that. Because what I say, we shall see a call first round, even Liman not being a politician, even Liman a public, because I'm a civil servant, not a politician. Now, Kube party no candidates are not the econo. Court officer public then one do tribunal and be no convicted no. And I saw Kokofa, Liman said the Brabidi anymore. And he even mentions that Liman was a good man because he had worked with Liman before. And he was actually see a 2 first round, you know, Liman won 600 plus. Now, PFP, you offer Victor, a dear Nimusonia 500. Now, UNC for no super Limusonia 300. Meaning, as a Pauli. Any offer PF the boom and can be more than what the party in and could have been one touch victory. You hear your crampons, you know, even though like one political party because of greed, because of selfish interest in you know, Omonosoti Omo Eko Kan Liman ho Emma Omobe defeat Victor Usumo a party no. And from there, on narrative, had the Bayaba 92, how a party came 92, how on also be contested, people winning. It like on narrative, my own said no. In fact, we are mixing something.
Yeah.
And narration now, mass 79 in narration, any near question, because it's similar.
Yeah.
And a foot of the Mayan said in politics, in the country, usually the tribal religiousness was top notched. Because it started from somewhere and about do baby do no. Because if Obian started at the end, Obisuma made Emma Bisumu Kabi. And a foot to now Mampeniku for the man. I saw why everybody who was there.
You see the young people, the young MPPs, and a mechanic, whom say Shasi or baby. And then a crop of penny form war around Michael Kwe, President Kufuor, Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo. Do you see a sharp division among them in terms of ideology and times and seasons?
Mihuni said there is a disconnect.
Okay.
The disconnection is that, me say, unfortunately, from the amount to be MPP used to plan, say, I got the opportunity to work with Nkrofo to say, me of Akosi Kramo. I got the opportunity to say, I'm back part of the Kramo, Madame Talata. So by only Tenasi, me am a boss, Mr. Afari, only on what Tenasia, the way I'm a history, no. Any near my apostle, anyhow, they handle things anywhere. And I'm a moving to me, can't be so of any so many me come from a year business. It's because some of us maybe we are willing to learn. You're common now, near putting some more day. Or more catch no use or was a cocaine. I was okay. I said, we can see it. It's the own tears and Miss Abishi. I must have some questions. And the moment I will probably further because the first time. Yeah, I'm deputy protocol director. I run my office. First time I'm director, Mr. Afari share. Or my book be why the MPP lost 2008 elections. My reading book next, my reading the better 3 times. Or the man first. And some will say, "Oh, Chanaba ni didn't come. Why MPP lost?"
He did well. No, training.
Exactly. And there's a sharp disconnect between the Nanado Kufuor generation. On say. Previously, MPP party was a party now one rewarded loyalty, sacrifice, long service. It's a party we are Juma now to one year board in Sabranebe we and our Branaba occupy position we. But currently, the current MPP now requires a human worshipping, hero worshipping. Just say the interest of Amufano who did man bidiano is superseded the interest of the collective of the party. And the decisions as be a party ni take and the party ni and can boy now collectively because of say be a quality of our phone they didn't man be and I'll go all out to go and discredit it. I'll go all out say and original of Amufechi.
Conclude mame.
And that is what has brought us where we are.
Okay.
And the man Penny Kufuor bizarre question say Argentina 2016 169 Adudolaba 137. About how did we get here? And he was looking into the faces of Mabuluni Kata. Because see so ani MPP Nova. Mekai say udi emi nkwachiri kura mekai say about 2012-2016. Nana poku frefre fresh ami abamu sa mabuluni tie group. Ni contribution o yanko just every penny bia o. Mekai say even 2016 you could tepa almost 3 weeks. You could down fante light ni wo network ni wo. Bibi the one is also aboko stream no akwa say so ababel you could do 1 week one fante. And this is strong goes I know what the penny na such and this is for the city every year sir. You kotna wo ya na ejiji esika de ko obi afese ka amaye o. You free ho esi you go Cape Coast south north you ko adwuma you free you ko constituency you ko region you ko ya na ejiji esika de o because ho akra so go so your party adwuma. And you say, be our baby or Agyapong, now go about me and now go branch up and now go Mamiscam Koyumo. You don't do that. Nay, any contribution and any year because we understood the ideology of the party and say, and people were the loyalty, and people were the long service, and people so cool now here, Juma. Could they also be about penny for show? One day to one near pickle, not ye. But the day no. Timmy youth amount for joining after say power by 2016 power by no more people think
then am thinking like an old folk so be as a no yet young ones here baby
also for mubino we had the opportunity papa it was one of the key campaigners of Banry over 96 and I'm a kaisa me am of Akosikra Sata mano mote danko buzia I said danko club Banry Dubai krum piki Betty no ye fie baako anaye dey ni isi wo mo so mfanya office it is that time na isano me wo fa Kwasikra ekokono no okoto ni super no oba no abebi on so who Rollins so akopo ase aba also yes why you say and from South because even in 2007 when I was selected so mrameto abandi bi wo legon no also am inside me buy
okay.
It is that anything MPP be an opposition who go catch on say if you are nyina ya bro MPP because me na na ba akusi mate me ho time enti otu batako e wa ma okowu ni onkofa no ba be na yi because when him say start training na ye mu bi enya ye enti no ama we are embedded and when I got the opportunity to serve at the national level I had the opportunity of meeting Mr. Afari Madam Talata so by Remo and they also teach you Ombechira mo hu de wonim no so koba na bebusa obesa chira mo ate ase kura mo
but as cancer my uncle near cost one new patriotic party with the wa ko lawyer but me gidi say o man ye my nyina
so
minim so di wani edi akire de na wo
I rohosem pa kan ne cost wo MPP ehihye mu no na on say me nua yi kasa no o ka say prof bekasa prof samakoko bekasa no or can division a course nti e ma ho mali man de fa ho eba be win ye eja yen na the same division no ne normal na e course sesiye nso mpanfo na ombeka stop ama the noise the vilification of personalities no ejai wo hwe se ne ye nua abronye otimide honorable Kennedy Agyapong nipa ni monyamfo sa timi ehoro no timi teaching is what ten nchen ko school no na ye nya party panyimu bia mani timi meka nchen sa abofra jai adeboni ya wo yi so ye nya obi anka nchire no so papa no nko akoka bi kakra bia ye say hey de nya timi die kura na ye say timi die ye nya panyimfo na ene omukase omohu se division ne nam so ma party ne tete pansam ya obi akura timi tele de bi antimi ampompam a ena ma party ne ko wie e de wie no ebi na eba no enso maka oma no atum this a call here professor
making president Kufo kai
but prof so ma the historical antecedent nam so ma we mu nyina it's also a call. But say as a historian no but say you go back to the history you go share sa no man and repeating no na ankofa sa division ni bi mama this course no should have been made long time she say yedika ko first 2023 primary C na normal ye nyina skew towards a certain end na mpemfu ye tete wa ye hwe se onkombe abeka bia ma ade no no ma bibia to din obia ayese bi kafra panyimu a wayi mframa e wo badwom obia kana no atum ama ya tena ho ahwa ma ade na ye de ka na de sa ama kota amenem
ahwe ase wo
abubu ka na bubu kura ama se ya ye sanso aye ya hihye ya e se ya sha ase hihye ade no ye sha ase free 1 ko 2 eno so obi se ya sha ase free 10 eno so mpanfo da so tewo enti historical
bi no mo kan se no be boa ma ye wia sa hu ya na cost polling stations that's the defense of them ma any other elected areas say ko yi nkrofo no ebe ma abafo
sa reason here one of the most deficient reasons are Martin we
explain
very deficient na politics mu no ho ye ebetimi ayende pen
okay
and ebetimi ayende da
David
okay almost ho ye ntina ma omo take side decision me boa na ewie ni ye kwa akoto de aka no ho ye na beko
David
say sa reason no mo de ma de ya eni nke be to general election and nke be ka say ho ye ntino ye ndi ka kura to parliament ni nwie ye wia ho ye no ko form na so wie ba ne ade ansa na je ya ba to presidential
na no de ye ho ye na wo mu ni mu atu ankrofo twen ye
nke be ka ne say na ye ho ye ni timi koso atimi ko ani mu akwa ma ye koto abakura police for timi ko boni patrio because of ho ye ade na ya anka say because of ho ye ntino e bi anka ne so abato on ke beto on piecemeal basis the NPP for she say ye person ye say ho ye nti say koto aba on piecemeal basis no ye koto ni say wie ansa na je abeto ni say ansa ya abeto ni say ni ade na eye very unconstitutional eye undemocratic enti ye ntimi nka say ho ye nti na nya say we na NPP for ye akọ ho court no o ka say NPP Tama Rollins no eye say ye be di kan to parliamentary elections no ye wi ansa na yaba actually yaba to presidential NPP for boduku kroma ye boduku kroma say yempre na de na ye pese ye choose bi ni apply bi di favor bi na ade na say ensa enti side reason no bezo me de ma say reason no say be ma hu ya bra from ni ade in the first place no ye non starter ye ntro sam ye ntro because any
top bottom down or no one yadwin.
No one yadwin cry. In fact, we shall Article 5 of the NPP Constitution now. It breaches the NPP Constitution.
Okay.
Because NPP Constitution under Article 5 no listed the structure.
From
5-1 no. Yes, 5-1 no. As a Democratic Party and your principles no matter you should follow a certain structure. 5-2 no listed the structure from the polling station, electoral area, no about constituency, no about regional, no about external NPP branches no, and so no about national, no what about the other ones. That is how the various levels have been listed in the NPP Constitution. And the idea now for the Omonya is how no more go to yimu the ababa yadi. Structure and NPP Constitution and Kasa sets no is not being followed. So, and the other say, ye be repeat the antecedents of sa old way no. I don't know your leaders here more call say ye follow the historical antecedents na. I don't know who say they never boba na di o ye never. No man come man to me. So are there. And ye paying for no sorry. Na de no mo hwe so mo de no ma bia betutu na akwam na ebetimi aboa. Hwe say nipa a ono wo ye potential president say honorable Kencity Agyapong. Na akwada anaze anaze ne bakura
one kasa in person as a legal practitioner we are young but when you're young so Ken who why na who name so why
Ken is a very dynamic person.
Okay.
A very intellectually loaded person. She say yinya Ken sunipa miensa wo Ghana ha nka Ghana ntise obi o kanokre na yire no ne ba no ne nua no na busuani no ne party ni no ye ade anya hwe wanim sei wa kanokre na chiro he talks truth to power
ade me de on ho say o ka say nkomo ho a o ba betana say ati
why not
office nipa bebre nim
so o bre no ho ase we akola kra na se bi o bre no ho ase Now we say
to the former or charming some catch and seminar. Let's continue to share ideas.
Why not?
That's a pa.
Why not? Because Bakufo and say damn for.
Yeah.
Mrs. Subu.
Yeah.
Bakufo. On damn for. Obi abodam ne say kopa channel na nkwa so ho adi nti wo na akọ chase no wait me channel enye nti papa no yo obi a ope ideas na nyina timi dia boa e ma party ne nyini akọ sika otimi to de ma party no otimi se sika de bre party na se se ka fra wo ma no de sumna so asa na adwene nye enma chi ya ye pesika na omo so omo pesa omo ye top down approach way no voting no. So say is kind of numbers am we are already say party no ma for complaining there mumra $7 million mumaje we dey for $7 million ko Ghana citizens na raise card do
and actually we no be twist no say na mo ba akofo mfa na sika me wa mo so munisika and anyesa ba akofo no yo na and na di kan ba akofo to botom sika de eboa party no ade away na ba akofo timi se sika ko talkers over 100 na hwa be chema party constituencies na and dey omoje oh yeah dey na dey aboa na dey na o say umma ba akofo nyi afa so sika be so so ni say ni epe yo pa ade so akokotoko no se enya na bro ti say ade no wo bi afa be so so ni nyina enya fe so ti ase nti e wo say ye mpanyimfo no esore waka ba bia no ma keka ko no ya hwe no ma e trauma mu ko chinchim no ma de ko ye de say o mu di kan ye the first ni ade we kwa de na 2% ni enya wo o ma fa honorable Kennedy Agyapong ama ye nam the grassroots ni o mu di nkomo no o mo se o ma fa Kennedy Agyapong ama this time kwa de 2% ko munya ehu enye say ehu e disaster very disastrous and you say hwe na ye de be boa party no na so pese abai elections aye numbers na ye de me boa and ye ade no so on the basis of popularity nipa we popular nipa no be gina tum ni ato abanama no papa obi mpo enka wo de wa fa o mic wo de also wo di chima the MPP the political party no ebi no mo say omati because of personality nye because of winning election power any personality obi akasa no can want to say obi na gentleman obi na say na gentleman between the two we between gentleman say honorable a gentleman we na fine because omo keka want obi a gentleman say honorable Kennedy Agyapong and I cause obi a gentleman a dressing na omo dey count na dressing be na papa no ntimi dressing dressing be obi a ni shoe kura ni shoe bo kura timi si abrosan I get swag swag o dress na ujina o se ni panie nti say gentility ni e de ka dia enka ho na betwa honorable Kennedy Agyapong but yes ye problem aye wo man ni ye panipo betuna solve those problems when betumi bia enwuma ma obi o timi krom se hwe be kwa enya bia ye obi betumi bia enwuma ama obi a wote tumu enya bia ye obi obetime bia adwuma ema obi ote nzulezo nzulezo onye adwuma ni ene ne yeka papa onya meye president onya meye bia akra no ankasa hwe adwuma wo bia bi memo atoa so let this brilliant lawyer answer my question which I posed long ago without answer. Should we not have stopped or charged the former candidate, now president, when he was threatening the judiciary with derogatory and damaging remarks? Obekaya meba me change CG ana NDC lawyers when you're ready meba me mesesem di bi ba kan eno anso no oyi eno no ra Sylvester Sare keka se ene nsem bia na otoma ne wo mu no na nka charge bia ni ho se ebetumi a charge na ja ono tene kwan ho no obisa na question. Yes, charge there say wo charge obi ade no wo charge obi no e criminal charge. We say o charge obi for boni bia just nipa na ya ade no ansa onye nwe kura no a just ade no ye criminal act either say we intend and our purpose so nya obeye na obi ma no so obeye say chief justice ye dey na original so akwọcha and I say obeye say judge bia enye criminal act because it's allowed by the constitution. Obi a president that he has the right and he has the power under the law to appoint chief justice to appoint judges. It is a no person oye there enya dey tia emra and na we mun say no a quiet person of so and article 146 no na wotimi di ma me fi wa omumfa due process na ntina ma ye kasa no nti say wan fa kwa papa no so there you can only use the law to correct the wrongs but say we charge and say we THD na o ka say o nya me ma do number president may we there it is within his right as the president as when that said sanga na go fi say bi ade na o ka na mwade a na ke say to ne tutia na say
baba o kan asem say ni ade no oba ede ohuye baba ana de bibi enye baba ntino ye ntoma no eno na kan be punishment abetim bia ma no but say what baba president no now over the law behind him under as provided under the constitution no now ye ne de untimi in charge but the kan yan say omonfa kwan papa so the cost se sia as ade ne ye the machoism uni machoism
no ndi wan
sai we use macho kitiki mena de na power ne ye me de anti de me pe na me de be ye the sai then people want to say yenso ye ba yenso mo de mo chinchin ma me nsa na mo pam de ne ko trafia we anka hwe some of them de ba bisiwo yenso ye ba yenso ye de ba bisiwo on se ne de be kwa ko ye judicial independence enshrined under the constitution na ewo hin
me da say Franco Trading Enterprise for Adaroma and no pay ye din komo ni ayedi ho nkomo no ensem ahodo a organ hase ya no aka ya so ope phones ato a Franco ope tabletop fridges ato ope TV ope deep freezer chest freezer washing machine iron eniema ahodo e mafie ye kama dodo no an Franco akofa ba ko mo main platform no so francotrading.com Franco nko na Ghana hase ope product bi wo ho na se bi ni ho a the next 24 hours flight I free baby a product no one oban na wo de no so e kan ho ya no aka ya hye no so free 0555939311 0555939311 main office no e wa dabraka woni rock the cinema ne hwe no mo obi osu mo obi wo sek mo obi wo Madina hachu miaye no doso but o come main platform no so online na yedi nkomo ho wie na de ahwe no nsa kana so yemfa mbre wa de bebro asem bi eni ho francotrading.com kwara mamenti o 2 minutes na malo ya 2 minutes na fi conclude
ofa anti enra de na ye nigye na before enra so na National Steering Committee akohia matiki 3 critical decisions na ba ko yese National Council of Elders and then the steering committee and over steering committee composition so a national chairman the vice chairs say oban with their president baby be a presidential candidate in case you call elections and then the elected officers and the directors of the party together and then flag bearer hopeful so mo declare some person mo contest no e be meeting 3rd of July e be share party office no mo din komo because you need to install mamu say no much it for in casa because choka near too much and minimum conversations be brave because and it's a good thing as about national baso minimum say a call then national council meeting no na decision was to suspend Usu Bempane Abronye but the acting chairman chairman Bute stood in say omumi no yemfa ncha yemfa mo omukoko say from after that meeting so mumu bia kotena radio so kan some any kwan so omoka and our TV so kan some any kwan so omoka there and those the person who is involved should be sanctioned the ohwe afterwards no chairman Abronyo Ebono regional chairman Emi Amadam for Esanko radios and the Facebook link Esanko kan some any kwan Esanko worker and the party now refer na disciplinary committee. I mean the disciplinary committee will call him and act on it because we've gotten to the point whereby we should use still hands. You can say yeah, gloves is oh bibiani a massage because the moment I decide to massage in Yamano. Now ama sebi amount for fan brunya how they crackers. And also decision a party and again so party has decided say groups and volunteers and former appointees and all better so many flag bearer who we akushia adebe chomunu we akushia omushia we are near declare na say and say ma dede who ba party no so no you put on hold say the party has no open nomination for any elections
okay
until as such obi aso for form because I just say obi abefa form we and some with me atiesim so your campaign there is allowed because as we speak you have opportunity to also be anko campaign and the name say me grana me say this weekend cra some flag bearer of non-competition share former parliamentary candidates in Niama and the irony of the thing is that the people they are even meeting no afa na conference they could decide say you bejo o matu ana say bejo o matu ana say enyo omuntum and council can decide that ebia the ekosukura conference can decide that ebia dede kura ekosukura ba na mamutumi Intina koya na say by because a proposal ye dey be conference so conference make me decide say ye ntum and the party say some microphone nyina no we anya meetings ni na esra wo because the person asumdue eba party no.
Okay.
Moreover, so no, every member of the party, me, I was the person I made me try release Bob on thing. Me na me try time enough for the boss I say to top the expansion say no. Me na me the Bob on thing say I never support top down approach because I believe say the awarding of the party is the base. Because you person win the election and maybe police stage you go but the method is one no. You need to come from but the way can nyina boom. And I'm the release Bob on this so. But the fact that council could take a decision, whether I like it or not, I have to abide and talk in defense of it. Whether I say, even though they are within me, I don't support it, and I'll never support it. But because of say council decision, no, I say you have to be loyal to the party and defend them, protect the integrity of the party. I have to defend it. And yes, Yamakasa from there are hierarchies between the cases.
2 minutes. Yeah, you
and proposals.
Yes.
Proposals and said Congress here and taking decision. And it still remains a proposal.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
only hit a Montano, they are a bad demon. Party for no bonus.
So now say no, you could make proposals. The proposals are going to be heard and then decisions will be made on that, whether or not to accept them as part of the process, which will become law. And it's a mere nominations. Then so yeah, she data they quite to aba. They say nipa no better than what you say mama who sad you know saint in a year, saint in a year. What do you say? Because you got to a bar, the equal to one, and I say chimney nippon to a bantias. It is part of the principles of democracy. And you say, as a church and any panatias, and some got 2 who didn't tears or 2 in favor, and I saw 2 against her. And say, chim, now, top bottom approach, he say, you know, and the extra amount for say, both unconstitutional and undemocratic structure, NPP constitutionally under Article 5. No, it's being abused. Oh, the best education, and say, young crow for NPP for young Concord 20. Say my emphasis structure and yejuma yem fire structure idea yejuma da no na emwama uye no omo person mo solve problem na ka hoyo ni nyina everywhere enka sa no mo require one of the main things I saw you
yeah
hoyo no mo angasa kwa no mo dey ba
yeah
because quite fast ya di na dey na fe dey mo ko faster be dia body reason change bi mu na aba betua wa eno kwa na increase noise. So they say, and this yadi and command make top down approach be and carry edited preaching usual and assembly and can die. And he young country me no sa decision on the bar top down approach away no do am vote to tia omontonche ball am kra na nya de ebeboa obi a akwan biaso.
Me da se cancel for coming. Kwabran so me da se busuafo ha na ye dwumadi ni nyina AC production team ye na mo ase ene akoye ya wada. Ye programs aka ni nyina to aso focus asida ya odia bente mameno ase ya na elkem so ase na MCR mo amo so ya na mo ase mo amobo ay already oni mpanimfo ebebo am so ya da mo nyina mo ase ye program sai kan nyina ya to aso midin e de ya amofa bo achinyame ya aduma o channel pa ye be hia akra